Well, if you're talking about inherited fertility conditions, then there are numerous assisted conception methods. You know, the IVF, direct sperm injection, ICSI, donor egg, donor sperm. But if you're talking about inherited mutations that cause the serious disease in the newly born child, then carrier screening of the parents, pre-implantation diagnosis, non-invasive prenatal testing, where you can, where pregnant mothers' blood is taken, and there's fetal DNA is a large percentage, 15% of the mother's DNA in her bloodstream is from the fetus, and you can actually detect DNA changes in the fetus there without having to do amniocentesis, which is a painful needle through the into the amnio, or cornea villus biopsy, where it's a vaginal scrape. For example, about 1 in 30 people of Northwestern European descent are carriers of a serious cystic fibrosis recessive mutation on chromosome 7. So at-risk couples can be screened before pregnancy or at an early stage pregnancy. Yeah, and if both are found to be carriers, then if they're found to be carriers before they start the conception route, then they can go down the IVF route and pre-implantation diagnosis, where several embryos are made, sperm is mixed with the ovum, several embryos are made, and the embryologist can take just a single cell from a ball of 8 or 16 cells out of there, and that doesn't affect the embryo at all. It will develop normally. The DNA can be extracted from that single cell, and you can analyze that to see if there are 2 bad copies of cystic fibrosis in each particular embryo. And if they, on average, half will only have 1 bad copy, one quarter will have no bad copies, and 1 quarter will have 2 bad copies. But obviously, you only implant the one with either no copies or just 1 bad copy, and then you're guaranteed that the child will not have cystic fibrosis. That's pre-implantation diagnosis. Alternatively, you can carry out non-invasive prenatal testing with the woman's blood, and can look at the fetal DNA, or cornea villus biopsy, or amniocentesis. And obviously, if the child's affected, then the couple have gotten the option of an abortion.